Hey Yankees fans, welcome to Yankees Rumors and News, your go-to spot for the latest buzz and updates about our team. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a scoop. If you are a New York Yankees fan right now, this situation with Cody Bellinger probably feels like one of those negotiations that slowly drains your patience day by day. And that tone is exactly what has taken over social media in recent weeks. For months, the Yankees waited, evaluated, calculated payroll flexibility, and kept the door open for Bellinger, believing that a reunion made sense for both sides after what he delivered in the previous season. But now, that door feels like it is slowly closing, not because the Yankees walked away too early, but because many fans believe the asking price coming from Bellinger's camp has crossed the line between ambition and pure delusion. The reported standoff has become a lightning rod for frustration, especially considering the context of the offer on the table and the player's recent career arc. From the Yankees' perspective, the proposal itself already raised eyebrows. A 5-year deal with an average annual value north of $30 million is not something a franchise throws around lightly, even one with the financial muscle of the Yankees. In fan circles, that number has been described not just as fair, but in some cases generous to the point of being an overpay. The idea that the front office would commit that level of money for half a decade suggests they genuinely believe in Bellinger's ability to stay productive and healthy. Yet, according to reports, Bellinger's camp, led by the ever-aggressive Scott Boras, wants more, pushing for a 7-year commitment at an even higher annual value. That demand alone has sparked outrage, disbelief, and no small amount of sarcasm across social media platforms. Scroll through Yankees fan reactions and you can feel the temperature immediately. One fan summed it up by calling Bellinger delusional, saying it was truly mind-boggling to see him reject what they viewed as a very fair deal, one that some supporters might already label an overpay. Others took a more resigned tone, essentially telling Bellinger to go find that 7-year deal somewhere else and stop dragging the Yankees along. There is a sense among the fan base that this negotiation has become a waste of time, especially if another team supposedly has an offer that meets Bellinger's demands. If that offer exists, many fans argue, then he should take it and let the Yankees move forward with clarity. The frustration only intensifies when Scott Boras enters the conversation. Boras has long been known as a master negotiator, but in this case, some Yankees fans feel he has completely lost touch with reality. Comments calling him out of his mind are everywhere, with one particularly blunt take pointing out that 5 years for roughly $155 to $160 million without deferrals is already pushing the boundaries of reason. Others went even further, arguing that even 5 years feels excessive, and that Bellinger should not be offered more than 3. These reactions are not coming from a place of disrespect alone, but from a deep awareness of the risk involved in committing long-term money to a player whose performance has fluctuated dramatically. That fluctuation is impossible to ignore. Fans keep circling back to the uncomfortable truth that just a few years ago, Bellinger endured a prolonged slump that lasted roughly 2 full seasons. During that stretch, his batting average hovered around .193, with an on-base plus slugging percentage barely above .611 for a player now asking for near-elite money in elite years. Those numbers haunt the conversation. One fan opinion that gained traction framed the Yankees' reported offer as generous precisely because of that history, emphasizing that there is so much risk tied to Bellinger's profile. In other words, the upside is there, but the downside is very real, and the Yankees would be the ones carrying that burden if things go south. The language used by fans has grown increasingly colorful as patience wears thin. Some joke that Bellinger must be smoking something to believe he deserves this kind of contract. Others shifted from criticism to strategy, urging the Yankees to move on entirely and redirect their attention to younger, more stable stars. Names like Kyle Tucker and Bo Bichette keep popping up, not by accident, but because fans see them as players with a better chance of sustaining elite performance into the future. The logic is simple. If the Yankees are willing to spend over $30 million per year, then why not invest that money in someone younger, with fewer question marks and a clearer trajectory? One fan articulated this perfectly by saying that if Bellinger is unhappy with an average annual value north of $30 million simply because the contract is 2 years shorter than he wants, then he should not be on the team at all. That same fan argued that if the Yankees are already willing to reach that financial level, There is zero reason not to pivot aggressively toward Tucker or Biquette. Another fan echoed that sentiment in a much louder, angrier way, practically begging the organization to pivot off Bellinger already and stop letting the situation linger. The MVP conversation has also resurfaced, adding another layer to the debate. Bellinger's supporters point to his Most Valuable Player award from 2019 as proof of his ceiling, but critics argue that this is exactly the problem. One fan noted that Bellinger is essentially asking for MVP money 6 years after winning that award. As if time and context do not matter, they pointed out that in his final year with Los Angeles, he batted roughly .210 with an on-base percentage in the mid to 60s, numbers that hardly justify top dollar. The argument is not that Bellinger cannot be great again, but that paying him as if that outcome is guaranteed ignores the very real possibility that he could revert to being that inconsistent hitter once more. Amid all this noise, there are still fans who believe the story is not finished. Some speculate that the Yankees might ultimately sign Bellinger anyway, not because they agree with his demands, but because the market may not deliver what he is asking for. In that scenario, a compromise becomes inevitable. One fan predicted a middle ground, envisioning a 6-year deal with an average annual value in the mid-30 million range, unless another desperate team steps in with a full 7-year commitment. That theory reflects the strange balance of leverage at play, where both sides may be bluffing, waiting to see who blinks first. However, a recent update has shifted the mood even further, according to reporting from a respected insider. The Yankees are now operating under the assumption that Bellinger will sign elsewhere. That alone feels like a turning point. If Bellinger truly has an offer that satisfies his camp, then the Yankees may finally close the book on this saga. For many fans, that outcome would bring relief more than disappointment. They appreciate what Bellinger did in the recent season, but they are not willing to mortgage the future for a player whose past includes as many warning signs as highlights. In the end, this situation perfectly captures the tension between nostalgia, hope, and cold financial reality. Yankees fans want stars, they want championships, and they want players who can deliver in October. What they do not want is to repeat past mistakes by overcommitting to risky contracts. Whether the Yankees walk away or find a last-minute compromise, the message from the fan base is loud and clear. They believe the current offer is already strong. They believe the demands are excessive, and they are more than ready for the organization to either stand firm or pivot decisively. One way or another, patience is gone, and the clock is ticking. If you're enjoying the updates, drop a like and let us know in the comments your thoughts on this rumor. The New York Yankees are reportedly turning their gaze toward FREDDY Peralta, and sources suggest that discussions around a potential deal have heated up significantly in recent weeks. The buzz around this move has been building quietly for a while, but insiders now claim that the team is seriously exploring ways to strengthen its pitching rotation before the trade deadline approaches. Peralta, known for his electric fastball and devastating slider, has caught the attention of multiple franchises, but it seems that the Yankees might have stepped ahead of the pack in their pursuit. While nothing is confirmed, the chatter in league circles has become impossible to ignore, hinting that the team's front office is preparing a serious offer that could shake the landscape of Major League Baseball. FREDDY Peralta has been a topic of interest among analysts for his ability to consistently deliver high strikeout numbers while keeping walks in check, making him a coveted asset for any team looking to solidify its starting rotation. The Yankees, who have faced their share of pitching inconsistencies, might see Peralta as the missing piece to transform their rotation into one of the most feared in the league. Speculation suggests that the team is weighing the potential costs carefully, considering not only his current contract situation, but also the long-term impact he could have if acquired. The combination of youth, upside, and proven performance seems to make Peralta an ideal candidate for the Yankees roster strategy, particularly as they look to make another deep playoff run. Sources close to the negotiations have indicated that the talks are far from casual, with both sides seemingly serious about exploring options that could lead to a trade. While the exact details of potential offers remain under wraps, insiders hint that the Yankees might be willing to part with a mix of top prospects and established players, a move that would signal just how committed they are to landing Peralta. This level of activity has not gone unnoticed, and league insiders suggest that other teams are monitoring the situation closely, knowing that any deal involving the Yankees and Peralta could have a ripple effect across multiple rosters. The atmosphere around this potential transaction is one of cautious optimism, mixed with a sense of urgency, as both parties appear eager to find common ground without overstepping the limits of what makes sense for their respective futures. Adding to the intrigue is the question of timing, which remains a critical factor in these kinds of negotiations. With the trade deadline looming and the Yankees looking to make a splash, there is speculation that the team could accelerate talks to ensure that Peralta is part of their pitching rotation sooner rather than later. However, sources suggest that the Brewers, who currently hold Peralta's contract, are not under pressure to make a quick decision, which could complicate matters and create a tense negotiation environment. The back-and-forth nature of such discussions often leads to sudden shifts in momentum, with rumors of late-night calls and last-minute adjustments to offers circulating among insiders. The drama surrounding this potential trade has captured the attention of fans and analysts alike, creating a narrative that feels as high stakes as any playoff series. FREDDY Peralta's performance history has been dissected endlessly by analysts, with a particular focus on his ability to dominate hitters across both leagues. His fastball velocity, which consistently reaches triple digits, combined with a slider that has confounded some of the league's top batters, positions him as a formidable weapon in any rotation. The Yankees, who have been looking to bolster their pitching depth, seem to see Peralta as a key piece to not only shore up immediate weaknesses, but also to establish a long-term rotation cornerstone. Speculation suggests that internal discussions within the Yankees front office have centered on how to integrate Peralta effectively, while maintaining balance across the pitching staff, a challenge that requires both strategic foresight and financial flexibility. While trade rumors are often part of the baseball landscape, the intensity surrounding Peralta's potential move to New York feels different, almost cinematic in its scope. Sources hint at multiple meetings between team executives, with discussions extending late into the night and exploring creative options that could satisfy both sides. Analysts have begun to weigh in, offering their perspectives on what such a trade would mean for the Yankees' playoff chances. And the general consensus is that Peralta could elevate the team's ceiling dramatically. Fans, naturally, have latched onto the idea with excitement, fueling social media conversations and adding to the perception that a blockbuster trade could be imminent. The intersection of performance metrics, contractual considerations, and strategic needs has created a perfect storm of speculation, making this one of the most talked about potential deals of the season. The human element in these negotiations cannot be overlooked either. Peralta himself, while maintaining professionalism publicly, is reportedly aware of the interest surrounding him and the possibility of joining a storied franchise like the Yankees. Sources close to the pitcher suggest that he has expressed enthusiasm about the opportunity to compete at the highest level in New York, which could add an additional layer of complexity to discussions. Teams often consider a player's willingness to move as part of the negotiation calculus, and in this case, Peralta's attitude could be a deciding factor in whether the Yankees are able to secure him. The dynamic interplay between the player's desires, the current team's valuation, and the acquiring team's strategic ambitions is what makes trade speculation so fascinating. And this situation appears to have all the ingredients for a dramatic conclusion. Financial considerations are also playing a key role in the rumor mill. While the Yankees have significant payroll flexibility, any move involving Peralta would require careful evaluation of long-term commitments and luxury tax implications. Analysts speculate that the team's management is calculating not only the immediate impact of acquiring Peralta, but also how it aligns with future roster plans and potential free agent signings. Rumors indicate that creative structuring of contracts, potential player swaps, and even deferred considerations could all be on the table as negotiators work to bridge the gap between what the Brewers want and what the Yankees are willing to give. The delicate balance between ambition and prudence is at the heart of the story, highlighting the intricate dance that defines high-stakes baseball transactions. Adding to the suspense is the wider context of the league's competitive landscape. Other teams in contention are reportedly monitoring the situation closely, understanding that a Yankees acquisition of Peralta could shift power dynamics significantly. This element of competition adds urgency and intrigue as rival executives weigh whether to step in, wait, or adjust their own strategies based on developments in New York. The perception that a trade could have ripple effects across multiple rosters has only heightened interest, making this one of the most compelling narrative threads in Major League Baseball this season. Speculation abounds about potential domino effects, ranging from shifts in playoff projections to secondary trades triggered by the primary transaction. While nothing has been officially announced, the momentum of the rumors suggests that this story is far from over. Analysts continue to pore over Peralta statistics, Yankees roster needs, and potential trade packages. Offering a constant stream of theories and predictions, fans have embraced the excitement, debating possible outcomes and envisioning how the Yankees' rotation could transform. With the addition of a pitcher of Peralta's caliber, the combination of performance potential, contractual maneuvering, and strategic ambition has created a narrative that feels both urgent and unpredictable, capturing the imagination of the baseball world as negotiations continue. The sense of anticipation builds, with every insider report and speculative rumor adding fuel to the fire. In conclusion, the Yankees' interest in Freddie Peralta has escalated from mere speculation to serious consideration, with multiple reports indicating that discussions are ongoing and increasingly intense. The implications of a trade could be profound, affecting not just the Yankees and the Brewers, but potentially reshaping the competitive landscape of the league. While outcomes remain uncertain, the excitement and speculation surrounding this potential move have already become a major talking point, capturing the attention of fans, analysts, and rival teams alike. The story is far from finished, and the baseball world is watching closely, waiting for the next twist in what could become one of the most talked about trades in recent memory. With the combination of skill, timing, and strategic ambition converging, the possibility of Freddie Peralta donning a Yankees uniform has become more than just a rumor. It feels like a brewing reality that could redefine the team's path to success. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date with every Yankees rumor and news. See you in the next video.